Okay, time check 3:21. Okay, good afternoon again. So this is part 2 of our lecture for today. So our next topic is all about, okay, I will open the whiteboard. It's all about table of frequency, table of cumulative frequency, okay, table of relative frequency, table of cumulative relative frequency. Okay, so there are how many columns here? 1, 2, 3. So three. So three tables. Okay. So for example, I gathered information from my 10 students. No, I have a class of 30. Example, there are 30 students in my class. I only gathered 10 students. No? The information I gathered from them is regarding the scores. No, their scores in quiz, no 30 points quiz. So I got this data information. There's 3 students got 30. There are 3 students got 28. 2 students got 15, 1 student got 25, and 1 student got 20. Okay? So this is called raw data. Now, if you're asked to solve for the mean or average, again, class, okay, malito sa term na mean, no? Just think always average. Okay? You just need to add all of the scores and divide the number of students. So in this case, there are 10 students. After you get the summation, okay, you divide sa 10. So the answer is 24.9. Kaya double check lang daw, class, if you want to try ba as exercises of one nyo. And for the median, okay, you always start with the instruction that you should arrange this in ascending order or from lowest to the highest. Okay? Now this is the arrangement from highest to the lowest or ascending order. Now after that, you locate the central value. Okay? Kapag even siya, there are 2 central values, pero isa pa rin talaga yung kanyang median, no? Now, in this case, n is equal to 10, which is even. Okay? Kung pwede nyo nang gawin diretso siya visually, okay? Kaya lang, pag marami na masyado, mahirap na gawin siya visually, no? But visually, the 2 middle values, okay, are, okay, 28, no? Yung dalawang 28 sa gitna. Then you get the average. So, obviously, the answer is 28. Now, using the instruction I gave you under VIEW 1, okay, if n is equal to, n is even, so the first instruction, okay, you locate the first central value, okay, by dividing the n sa 2. So, n here is equal to 10 divided by 2 will give you 5. Ibig sabihin, the instruction is that nasa 5th na position yung first na central value. Okay, so bilang lang tayo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So directly, kahit use follow instruction, the n divided by 2 plus 1, just locate yung katabi niya. Okay? Which is we're talking about the 6. Okay? So, this is applicable kapag marami na masyado, no? So again, so there are 28 na middle values here. Get the average, so the answer is 28 for the median. Okay? Now next. For your mode, yung madalas nag-appear dun sa series of data. So in this case, tabla din sila, tatlo, no? Thrice. Ang 30 siya, 28. The rest tag-dalawa, yung isa, tag-isa yung dalawang iwan. Okay, so the answer for the mode, dalawa, no? 28 at saka 30. Okay, klaro? Okay. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this, kasi later I will ask you, dapat yung answer nyo, kapag inask ko kayo later, what is the mean or average, your answer should be 24.9. Okay? Pag ina-ask ko later, okay, your answer should be 28 under median. Under mode, it should be 28 and 30. Okay? Now, let us construct these tables. Kasi pwede mo kasi tables ang ginamit ko kasi pwede mo kasi hati-hatiin. Okay? This is called table of frequency. Hanggang dyan lang, 1, 2, 3. Then, pwede mong table of cumulative frequency, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, this is ungrouped data. Okay, ungrouped data, no? Pwede mo lang siya enumerate yung score sa gilid, lahat, without grouping them. Okay? So, 15, 20, 25, 28, 30. Yan yung mga scores na nag-gather ko dun sa 10 estudyante. So, tinanong ko yung klase, Okay, ilan nakakuha ng 15? So, nagtaasan yung kamay ng estudyante, dalawa, sa itali. Okay? Ilan nakakuha ng 20? Isang kamay nagtaas. Okay? Isang stick. 25, isang stick. 28, tatlong estudyante nagtaas ng kamay, so tatlong sticks. Then 30, tatlong sticks din. Then after that, under F or frequency, you just need to count the sticks. Okay? Dalawang sticks, so 2. Okay, 1, 1, tatlong sticks. Okay? Now, if you will add the frequency, dapat balik pa rin tayo dun sa original problem. Ilan bang estudyante yung tinanong mo? Okay? So, dapat 10. Okay? So, let us check. 10 ba? O, 10. That is correct. So, this portion is called table of frequency. Okay? Now, later, I will give you, especially sa Wednesday, itong table lang. No? Sana naintindihan ng lahat, itong table na ito is galing sa raw na data. Okay? Now, ito lang yung given. You can answer mean, median, tsaka mode, correct? Please analyze class kasi bibigyan ko yun ng problem, ang given lang is table. Then you will be asked later, what's the mean, median, tsaka mode? Dapat may answer kayo. Okay? Kasi ito, galing siya dito. Okay? Next. If you will be asked for the cumulative frequency, ang gagawin nyo, just think of the word accumulation. No? So, sa first na row, you copy the first frequency, which is 2. Second na row, you accumulate yung succeeding na frequency hanggang row 2. Okay? I'm talking about 2 at saka 1. 2 plus 1 will give you 3. The third row, accumulation ng first 3 rows. Okay? 2 plus 1 plus 1 will give you 4. Okay? Fourth na row, accumulation ng first na 4 na rows. Okay? 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 3 will give you 7. And last na row, accumulation ng lahat. Okay? 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 3 plus 3 will give you 10. Okay? Yung napansin nyo, yung huling cumulative frequency is always equal to the total frequency. Palagi talaga yung class, ha? Kapag hindi yan siya mag-equal, there's something wrong with your computation here. Now, there's another way how to solve the cumulative frequency. Inilagyan ko siya ng parang diagonal dito, no? It means to say, okay, mag-start ka pa rin ng first na row mo, kopyahin mo yung first na frequency, 2. Okay, yung diagonal line dito, you add. Okay? 2 plus 1, 3. Okay? May 3 ka na dito. 3 plus 1, 4. So may 4 ka na dito. 4 plus 3 will give you 7. And last, 7 plus 3 will give you 10. Okay? That's how to solve the cumulative frequency. Now next, kapag tinatanong ka ng relative frequency, you just think of the term or word relation. Okay? Relation sa answer. Relation dun sa total frequency. So ibig sabihin, to solve the relative frequency, dapat yung denominator mo is the total frequency. Okay? So the total frequency is 10. Lagyan mo ng 10 lahat. Then, frequency yung numerator. 2, okay, 1, 1, then you solve, no? After that. So the answer is 0.2, 0.1, 0.1, 0.3, 0.3. Again, to solve the relative frequency, just think of the word relation or ratio. Okay? Ratio na ano, sir? Doon sa total. Okay, may total ka na ng F dito, ilagay mo sa denominator ka agad. Okay? Ang numerator mo is your F. Then you solve. Okay? So these are the answers. Now, if you will add all the relative frequency, dapat always siya equal sa 1.0. If not, meron kang mali dito. So again, if you add all the relative frequency, the answer should be equal to 1.0. Okay? Now next, the last is the cumulative relative frequency. Remember we solved this a while ago, no? Cumulative, okay? You just think of the word accumulation. Relative means, actually, ito yun siya, no? So, accumulate mo lang yung dito. So, the same procedure here, kopyahin mo muna yung first na row, 0.2, okay? Then proceed with the accumulation of the first 2 rows, no? 0.2 plus 0.1, 0.3. Okay? Third na row, accumulation of first 3, 0.2 plus 0.1 plus 0.1, 0.4. Ika-fourth na row, okay, accumulation of first 4 rows, 0.2 plus 0.1 plus 0.1 plus 0.3 will give you 0.7. And last, accumulation ng lahat. The same pa rin yung concept dito, ayan silang dalawa equal, no? 10, 10. dito, dapat equal din, 1.0 at saka 1.0. Okay? That's how to check if tama yung cumulative frequency nyo. And the same also dun kanina, that you can use the other method. First, lagyan mo muna ng value sa first na row, no? 0.2. Ito yung diagonal, you add, no? 0.2 plus 0.1 will give 0.3. So, meron itong laman dito. Okay, 0.3 plus 0.1, meron ng laman ng 0.4. Okay, 0.4 plus 0.3 will, meron ng laman dito ng 0.7 hanggang mag 1.0. Okay, so that's the cumulative frequency. Plus, kindly look at the screen, no? I just want you to realize ba, that this table, okay, kasi isang table na laman siya, no? Is actually galing dito. Okay? Kapag tinanggal ko ito, okay, tanggalin natin, okay, temporarily. Pag tinanggal ko ito, okay, siran ko man kaagad, okay, yan lang. Okay, ganyan na siya kalinis, no? My question now is, can you solve for the mean, median, saka mode? That's a question, no? Obviously, okay, yes. Kasi nga, this table, okay, came from those raw data. Okay? So, merong way para ma-solve siya. So, let us, okay, solve the mean, median, saka mode. Ibalik ko, class, ha? Now, to solve for, okay, for example, okay, magawa tayo ng space dito sa ibaba, no? Tanggalin ko lang later, no? Oops. Copy. Okay? So, ganyan, no? So, what if ang binigay ko dun sa problem nyo sa Wednesday, okay, ganyan lang, no? Dalawa lang, dalawang column. Ayan. Anybody who can explain to the class, especially yung wala pa naka-recite, solve for the mean or average. Any idea, class? How to solve for the average using only these two columns? Wala? Okay. I hope okay pa kayo, class. May internet connection nyo ba? Especially yung mga question ko is pang engineering talaga. We need to analyze ba? So how do we solve for the mean or average just given these two columns? Okay. Ang ginagawa ng iba, okay, class, listen, no? Which is wrong, okay? Hindi talaga acceptable siya. Given ito, in-add niya, then divide by 5. Okay? And i-answer dun sa mean or average, okay, kung ano yung results nun, which is wrong. Okay? Because, why? Because you disregard na merong dalawang 15. Okay? You disregarded na may tatlong 28. You disregarded na may tatlong 30. So it's a big no-no that you will add all of this and divide by 5 and to get the mean. Okay? Dapat, you need to multiply first kasi it says here, dalawa yung 15. Okay? Multiply mo muna 2 times 15. Okay? 2 times, 20 times 1, then 25 times 1, 28 times 3, and 30 times 3. Yung product nito, you need to add, then divide it to a number of n pa rin. Okay? So that is why, ito dapat ang instruction class. Ha? You need to multiply the score at saka frequency. Okay? After you get the products, no? You add, the answer is 249. Then you divide that with number of n. Okay? In this case, 10. So the answer is still the same, 24.9. Remember, I told you na na-answeran na natin ito, ha? When you look at the raw data, no? 24.9 dapat siya. Okay? Now, next. Using these two columns, can you solve for the median muna tayo? Anybody who can explain how to solve for the median? Especially hindi pa naka-recite class. Wala itong gusto mag-volunteer. Okay. Now, yung median, dapat mo muna siya i-arrange yung lowest to highest. It's good that itong ating table dito naka-arrange from from lowest to the highest. Ang ginagawa naman ng iba, dito sila nagbabase, no? 15, okay? Ang median daw 25, which is wrong. Okay? Why, sir? Because the median here should be 28. Okay? So it's very wrong na magpunta ka diretso dito at i-check mo yung median. Because you disregarded again na may dalawang 15, tatlong 28, at tatlong 30. Okay? So I think it's better that you will use the concept of cumulative frequency. Okay? Since naka-arrange na ito from the lowest to the highest, ibig sabihin, first and second na position is 15, correct? That's the meaning of F here. Okay? Kapag itong 1 dito, mas okay na cumulative frequency siya. So, 2 plus 1, 3. Bisan third. Okay? Now, here, plus 1 will give you 4. Cumulative frequency dito sa gilid, 4. Ibig sabihin, fourth. Okay? Ang fourth na value niya is 25. Then, kapag inad mo itong 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 3, will give you 7. So, in short, ika-fifth na position hanggang 7th, the value should be 28. Correct? Now, the same pa rin ang procedure, class, no? Kapag even siya, to locate your middle value, okay, values, okay? Pero isa lang median, na keep emphasizing isa dapat median, no? 10, the instruction is 10 divided by 2. That's instruction, no? So, fifth. Dapat nasa fifth position yung first mo na value. Okay? Using the cumulative frequency. Okay? Remember, itong dito na ako mag-focus, no? 7. Ibig sabihin sa fifth and seventh position mo is 28. Okay? Na-locate mo na actually yung first mo na middle value is fifth. By what, sir? By simply following the instruction, kapag even yung n mo, that is 10 divided by 2, which is 5. No? Okay. Ano bang value na ika-fifth? Okay? By looking at your cumulative frequency, 28. So, fifth mo na position, 28. So, ang ika-6, okay, ano lang, mag-add ka lang man ng 1, no? Ika-6 mo, 28 pa rin. So, therefore, okay, dalawa yung middle value mo dito sa medians, sa median pala. Okay, dalawa yung middle values, okay, dun sa median. Pero isa na median class, 28 plus 28. Okay? Remember, dalawa. So, you need to get the average, no? That is why the answer should be the same, should be 28. Okay? So, tingnan natin kanina, 28 ba, sir? Yes, that's 28. Okay? Pero ang ginamit natin dito, itong dalawa lang na column. Okay? Klaro, ha? Okay. Next. How about the mode, sir? Ang mode class, the most frequently occurring na data. Remember, this is F, frequency. Gaano kadalas, no? So, in short, kung ano pinakamalaki dito, that is your mode. Klaro, class, ha? Kung ano pinakamalaki dito, that is your mode. So, in short, tabla silang tagtatlo. So, your mode, tabla din, dalawa, no? You do not put 3, no? Ano yung 3? Ano yung tatlong beses nag-appear doon sa data? 28. Yung isang tatlong beses nag-appear sa data, 30. Okay? That is why, dapat yung answer natin dito, pareho lang din. This is 28 at saka 30. Okay? I hope that is clear, class, no? Now, since nandito naman ito, class, I will erase na lang, ha? Okay. Now, what if, sir, ang given dito is relative frequency? Can you solve for the mean, median, saka mode? Okay, try natin, class, ha? If, okay, ito lang given, dito na ilagay, I will not erase this, no? And the second is, okay, column is the relative frequency. Okay. Doon sa ibibigay ko sa Wednesday, RF, no? Maglagay ako ng shortcut na RF. Okay, RF. Okay. So, tatanggalin ko na itong solution dito. Okay. The question now, can you solve the mean, median, saka mode? Anybody would like to try for the mean, median, saka mode? How to solve for the mean, median, in mode? Anybody, class? Yung tapos na magabaka, gusto nyo mag-recite to participate? Wala? Any hand? Please raise your hand. Wala. Okay. Now, if you want to go back with this, the tables, no? Yung dalawa kanina. I'm talking about this kasi. Ito. Kasi na-explain ko na to how to solve the mean median mode using this table. Okay? May paraan para ito siya mapunta na dito. Okay, correct? If you can still remember, okay, naka-record ito class, no? I told you a while ago that, okay, nang sinabi ko nina, to get the relative frequency, you think of the word relation, ratio, okay? Relation sa answer, no, sa total, okay? So meron ka dapat denominator at numerator dito. So the question here, ano dapat yung denominator natin dito? Okay, can look at this decimal, no? This is 0.2. Okay, we are taught how to read this properly during elementary. This should not be read as 0.2. Correct, class? It should be read as 2/10. Okay, this should not be read as 0.1. It should be read 1/10. Okay, 1/10, 3/10, and 3/10. Pinakasanayan na kasi natin na ibigkasin siya ng 0.2. But the proper way to read this is 2/10. Ibig sabihin, the denominator of this is 10. Okay, correct? Denominator of this is 10. Okay, denominator of this is 10. Denominator nito 10. 10, 10. Okay? Kuha. Ang sabi ko kanina, ang numerator is your frequency. Okay? Now, to get 0.2, maybe you just, kung hindi nahirapan kayo, you represent this x, no? X divided by 10 is equal to 0.2. Okay, I'm sure the answer should be 2, correct? Okay, just try, no? So, ang numerator dito, 2. How to get 2, sir? Just represent this as known as x. Then, x divided by 10 is equal to 0.2. So, solve for x, the answer should be 2. Okay, here, 1. Here, 1. Here, 3. Okay, here, 3. Okay? So, nakuha mo na yung numerator. Diba, sabi ko na, numerator is your frequency. So, if the numerator is frequency, pwede ka na mag-insert dito sa gitna ng F. Okay, correct? Yung F, no? Okay, itong F dito sa gitna. Okay, F. So, that is 2, then 1, 1, 3, and 3. Okay? So, meron ka ng table of frequency na ginamit mo kanina to solve the mean at median at mode. Okay, so solve yung problema ninyo to solve for the mean, median at mode. Okay, tama, class, no? I hope naintindihan, no? Now, there are many ways how to solve for the mean. Okay, you try to solve the mean by multiplying. Okay, ang original problem nito is scores at saka relative frequency or RF, no? Just multiply 0.2 and 15, 0.1 and 20, 25 and 0.1, 28 at saka 0.3, 30 at saka 0.3. And you add, this is the answer, 24.9. Try with your calculator, class. Okay? You can solve actually directly the mean or the average using only the original given. No? I'm talking about the scores at saka relative frequency. Okay, how, sir? Just multiply median 0.2 at saka 15, 0.1 and 20, 0.1 at saka 25, 0.3 at saka 28, 0.3 at saka 30. Then you add immediately. You no need to divide that with the number of your n, no? Okay, so that is the answer, 24.9. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Give you na ito. You try also in your seats, no? The answer should be 24.9. May nag-confirm. Okay, very good. Okay, 24.9. Okay? Kaya hindi kayo magbalik dito sa table frequency. Okay? So I will end the recording. Okay, I'm done with